Hi, this is Marini, and today we're going to talk about savings and why it is important to save money. Now, I don't know if you've been here. I'm going to start talking about me, but if you can relate, let me know in the comments below. I used to be someone, when I got paid from my job, I would have a budget or a rough idea of where I wanted my money to go. And anything else that was left over, sometimes that would be my do what I want money. Meaning, if I wanted to grab breakfast out for myself, lunch, or anything like that, that would be the money that I would use. And I had very little money saved up. But as I have grown and matured, I have learned that having a savings account and having access to those funds are very important. And I'll say that because when I became a homeowner and all of the expenses for repairs or replacing items for my home became my responsibility, that really drove home to me the importance of why you should have a savings account. Now, I have read several materials about, a percentage of your budget to save. I would say if you're not saving right now, and if you can't save 10%, start with a specific dollar amount. If you notice you may have, an extra $20, $25 left at the end of each pay period, start there. Start exactly where you are, and then as you grow in your budgeting, then assign a specific percentage. And I know for some people numbers are scary, but start there. If you don't have a savings account right now, go to your bank, your local bank, or your credit union, either a physical branch. You can, what some banks probably call, or go on their website and you can open an account very quickly and easily. Now, the other thing you need to do is also make sure that when you are opening your savings account, that you have an account or somewhere where the money is pulling from. For instance, if you have a paycheck and you get paid every 2 weeks on a Friday and you're starting with $25, go ahead when you create your bank account, designate for $25 of the money from the account your paycheck goes into to automatically transfer into your savings account. And you can definitely get a high yield savings account. I would say research specific high yield savings accounts. And essentially with a high yield savings account, you are getting interest on the money that you have at that particular bank. And some banks may have a starting balance. So for instance, if you are looking at a bank that is giving a, let's say, 4% interest rate, if you have an account with them, but if their minimum deposit balance or opening balance for your account is $500 and you don't have those $500, go ahead, open just a regular savings account. And then once you get up to that specific dollar amount, you can then transfer those funds, like open that high yield savings account and transfer funds into that particular account. With most banks, terms and conditions apply, so read the information carefully to make sure that you know and understand exactly what your conditions and terms you need to meet to get that particular savings account interest balance or interest rate, Also, when you're setting up a savings account, I would say set up one or two to get started. If there are specific objectives that you have, if you're saving for an emergency fund, meaning if you lost your job, if the roof on your home needs to be repaired, replaced, appliances in your home, etc., then set that as your emergency fund. But also, and I've learned this just from my personal finances, is also set up a savings account that you can use for fun. You can use for your dreams. If you're looking to maybe go back to school, take a trip, buy a car, things of that nature, don't commingle your savings. So if you have one account for your emergency fund and then have a separate savings account for your wants, your dreams, your desires, and that definitely makes it a lot easier to make sure you know that you're not pulling from the wrong account. So let me know in the comments below if you do have a savings account right now, but if you don't, if you will be starting to save, opening up a savings account, and let's hold each other accountable. I'd love to hear from you. But again, this is Marini, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.